Hi everyone, my name is Zakaria and I'm a software engineer specializing in blockchain and distributed system. Today we're going to build a tutorial of JSON-RPC server in Golang to interact with Ethereum blockchain nodes. This will allow us to send requests and retrieve blockchain data using Ethereum JSON-RPC API. And I think it's the first tutorial on YouTube that explains how to build a JSON-RPC server in Golang for seamless blockchain integration. If you're interested in blockchain development and want to understand how to interact with a blockchain with Ethereum nodes, this tutorial is for you. I hope to find it valuable. Before we dive into the code, let's first understand what a JSON RPC Ethereum JSON RPC method we will implement. I use this JSON RPC method. First method called eth block number. This is return the latest block number, and the eth block by number get detail of a block using its number, and many others. So I structured the project in these files. Let's call a file handler. Yeah. Handler is a file for the core JSON RPC server. Each process incoming requests and validate parameters and route them into the correct Ethereum RPC method. And another file called config. This file is responsible for loading and managing configuration setting environment variable. And rpc.go. This file is responsible for interaction with Ethereum node provider using JSON RPC. It provides a helper function to call various Ethereum RPC method and the process response. And we create the main function, the main file. Let's do inside CMD. CMD, this folder acts like entry point for the JSON RPC server, and the main is the application entry point. It's louds.env configuration file, register the JSON RPC handler, and start the HTTP server. And optional, I think we do a test folder, and then we call a file test client.go. This file is a sample test client for the JSON RPC Ethereum server. It sends test JSON RPC requests and print the response. And we create a main script. Let's call methods.ch. This is a script allow to call any of the Ethereum JSON RPC method supported by the server. Okay, let's start coding the config file. Is the declare the package name. Okay, this config holds the configuration. Actually, I will disable copilot completion, and config hold the all configuration variables. Okay, type config struct, and server other is a string. This is store the address where the JSON RPC server will run. The address where the JSON RPC server will run, and we have another node provider. It's also string, and time duration. I don't know what happened. The stream was stopped, so we are stopping on request time. We define the request time. This is define the timeout request sent to the Ethereum node, and we declare a load config function. This function allow this is a function allow to load the environment variable from .env file. will fix the comments in the last video. So we will using a library called go.env. This is for calling .env configuration from .env file. Go.env. It's not important. We will do it manually. Oh, what's up? Go. I'm not declaring go mode. Go mode init. What we do? JSON-RPC. Let's go get. Okay, it's imported, and if we are not nil, log dot print ln no dot env file, not env file found. Cool. Now we are willing to reading the on-premise variable like server service server other and the node provider. This is will set up in on.env. We'll declare it at least. This .env it will be contain server other and the node provider. Node provider you will use a service third-party services like Alchemy or Amphoro or QuickNode or any node provider you're familiar with it. And the server other is contain local host 8080. And let's continue to coding. Let's do reading on the env variable. I hate to write in comments. We fix it at least. Server other is os.env. os.get env. Yeah, cool. We'll call it server. Oh, server other. Cool. F server. So this is my first recording video. And return string server other is equal local host 8080. Fine. This is the default value. Yeah. And now we are willing to read in the node provider. Node provider is equal os.get env node provider if node provider is equal string return the server return the node provider equal what should we say, or let's say return nil. Oh, cool. Now let's do handling the request timeout. We will call time out string. It's also called os.get env request time out. Yeah, fine. And if timeout is equal, we will return timeout string is equal 10 seconds. Yeah, fine. And now okay, what we're using now, let's return return the config. Yeah, return return the config server other. What happened? Server other. I think I made some mistake. Cool. The server other and node provider is node provider, and request time is don't define another variable. Request time out and r is equal time dot duration, or not parse duration. Yeah, we do log branch f invalid request time using default time is 10 seconds. %v. Fine. Now let's set up the RPC file. The RPC file is responsible for interaction with Ethereum nodes using JSON-RPC. Okay, first we define JSON-RPC request and JSON-RPC response and RPC error. Let's do JSON-RPC request. Type JSON-RPC request. Is a struct, and JSON-RPC is a string, and method is a string, params is a slice of empty interface. This is a slice of empty interface. This empty interface return any of data types, and ID is int. ID is responsible for unique request ID, and the params is responsible for list of parameters of the methods, and the method is responsible for represent Ethereum JSON RPC method name. JSON. JSON. Method and is params. Cool. And JSON ID. Oh. Fine. Now let's define the JSON RPC response. JSON RPC response type JSON-RPC response is a struct, and JSON-RPC is string, and ID is int, and we do result representing of JSON result returned by the Ethereum node, and error for each contain the error detail. Okay, result is JSON dot Marshall. No, JSON dot raw message, and the error is will define each RPC error. JSON RPC and JSON is ID. Oh, JSON result fine. RPC error type RPC error representing the error of the JSON RPC response, and RPC error is abstract. This is complete of defined JSON, is error mg, and everything is look fine. Okay, and the RPC will define a code is int, and message is a string, and data is a string. And message is it's hard to code in under recording. Okay, fine. Which look good. Okay, we will define send request function. This is for okay, friends, for not waste much times, I'm build the full code of this project. So we are stopping here in rpc.go, and we stop on declare send request function, and this send request is allow to request a JSON RPC to the Ethereum node provider, and we declare the node provider to get the dot from .env. This is the .env configuration. Server under is localhost 8080 and another provider. I work with Alchemy. I love working with Alchemy. It's very friendly dashboard, easy to use, etc. And the request timeout is 10 seconds. You can use unfollow or any node provider you're familiar with it. And this is allow send request. And this is method we're using for Ethereum JSON RPC. We will using eth block number. This is return the latest block number, and eth block number and eth block by number. Eth block by number, it's get detail of a block using its number, and eth get block by hash is get detail on a block using its hash, and eth logs fetch event log based on a filter address and some other topics, and return eth get balance, return the balance of the Ethereum address, and eth get transaction. I think is everything clear here, and eth gas price return the current gas price in I don't know what they call, and the broadcast assign transaction to the network. Okay, so and for the handler, this file is the core JSON RPC server, each process incoming requests, validate parameters, and route them to the correct Ethereum RPC method. So we will declare a function called JSON-RPC. This is dynamically route JSON-RPC request to the correct method. Call handle JSON-RPC. The way HTTP is HTTP response writer, and R is HTTP request. On the handle post request, if those method not equal HTTP return this format. And this is JSON-RPC where the final request is a JSON-RPC request. I think it's everything clear. And this is method. This we use this switch statement to match the request method. Switch request dot method. We have many cases like fchain ID. Fchain ID result error response equal process request. And for method like get block and the handle, check the parameter before the calling the function. Get block by number, and len well, I think is everything clear here. Get block by hash, get block by gas balance, gas price, call, handling the error. This is mean if the method is not found, return this default, and sending the response. And okay, and the process request. This is handling the response and the format error properly. And config, we set up it first on the video. And this is script. Script is using to call JSON to call all the JSON RPC Ethereum JSON RPC method that's supported by the server. And I'm not familiar much more with Bash, but I set up this script and I tested it before and it's working fine. For many other network, I used before Polygon and Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, or any others. And also this is the main, and this main is act an entry point. It loads the configuration from .env, register the JSON RPC, and start the server. And is I think it's everything clear here. This is register the JSON RPC. Any request sent to it will return will be processed by handle JSON RPC, and this log useful information about the server and the node provider. And this starts the HTTP server, and this is the .env. I think we'll explain it and everything is clear. This is test client. When you run the server, we will do a quick test to check if the all the method is working fine. And we will use just a sample method like get it block by number, chain ID, get balance, gas price. And this is a test request for calling test request a function to send the H request and the penalty response. I think everything look good. We are set up everything, and let's run the main.go. Fine. Let's test the localhost is working fine. Cool. We have the JSON ID error code message invalid because we are not using any method. Let's what we have there, test. Let's do test. We'll run the test to see if the method run success. We are using just some methods like block number, chain ID, get balance, and gas price. Go on test client dot go. Fine, it's working good. Get chain ID. So okay, everything work fine. Let's call first the first method. And where is it? It's block by number. This is get the latest block number. Cool, it's working fine. And we are using another method called add get balance, and this get balance contain also good, and the current gas price. Yeah, everything fine. Block by number, and we do latest block by number. Oh my god, this is my first time seeing this. Okay, I think it works success. And let's do get block by hash. This should contain a private key, and or we do another, or I think let's do it call. Make a contract call. Fine. This method is widely used like calling USDT balance off or many other cases. And I think everything is look fine. This let's do this method get block by hash. It's also working fine. Yeah, I think it's working fine. So I think we are in the latest of video. So keep in mind this project is not limited to use for Ethereum. You can use the same approach for any blockchain that supports JSON-RPC, including layer 2 or any other layer 1 network. So if you find this useful, don't forget like, subscribe, and drop comments. And if you made some mistakes, sorry, this is my first recording video. There is I think 100 of a video coming in the future of solving some distributed system algorithms, building smart contracts, and any topic related to blockchain and distributed system. Bye bye.